Today is November 28th, 2025, the day after Thanksgiving. And I hope all you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I know people, Halloween comes and they just kind of skip over Thanksgiving and just everybody wants to get right to Christmas. But Thanksgiving is like one of the holidays where you literally, it's just about being together. There's like no gifts involved. There's no like requirements for this American holiday than just be together, which is why I think it's probably one of my favorite, one of my most look forward to holidays of the year is Thanksgiving for that reason. Last year was actually perfect because me and my family, I kind of had to, I'm like the catalyst in my family. I'm starting to realize that like has to get the motion going. So my dad is from Arkansas and all of his family still lives down there. Mom's still there. Brothers, sisters are still down there. So we don't really see them that often. We don't get a chance to go down to Arkansas because when I was growing up, all the opportunities that we had for holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc., we always went to my mom's side of the family. So we didn't really spend a lot of time with my dad's side of the family growing up. So last year I was like, I put in our family group chat, I was like, this year we're going to Arkansas. We're doing Thanksgiving in Arkansas. Everybody's coming. There's no way around this one. You're all coming to Arkansas. And that's exactly what we did. It was actually a really great Thanksgiving last year, seeing my dad's side of the family that we don't get to see that often. And then, of course, all the fun things that you do out in the country. Like, my dad's side of the family is, like, black country. Like, there's white redneck country, and then there's, like, black, like, country. Like, poverty country. And it's always a good time. Like, a city boy, like, I would say I'm a city boy. Any chance a city boy gets to go down to the country and just fuck around for a little bit, ride horses, ride through the mud and the side-by-sides. We didn't do any guns or anything, but definitely the horses was definitely a good, obviously being there with the family and everything was the best part, but being able to ride my uncle's horses was a good memory to have. So I hope everybody else had a great Thanksgiving. This year for us, plans were a little bit all over the place. We're in Michigan right now. My family is in Tennessee. So we were going to make the trip. Usually we go to like my family for Thanksgiving, my wife's family for Christmas. So this Thanksgiving, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to make it down there to Tennessee. Mainly because my family is kind of all just on their own page right now, which is totally fine. I'm on my own page. Everybody's on their own page for like trying to move towards success, if you will say. So everybody just has a lot going on. And my mom is actually in Escanaba, Michigan, because my grandma is not doing so good right now. She's a little bit older and she just had some health issues going on right around the Thanksgiving time. So my mom went up there a few weeks ago just to be with her, you know, helping her out, getting her to her appointments and everything. So she was still there. So I was like, do I go down to Tennessee to be with my half of my family? Which is, you gotta think about it. For me, it's a 9-hour drive there, 9-hour drive back. I got the dog with me. I got a car. If you guys look at my personal YouTube channel, I have a car, my Tesla, that's like 50-50 on the charging. Sometimes when we go take trips, we break down on the side of the road. It's like I'm factoring all of these things in with knowing my mom is not there, knowing how my brothers and my dad is. Like, they probably eat and then watch football and go to sleep. And like, I just drove 9 hours. Like, nobody's sleeping while I'm here kind of thing, you know? Like, I'm here right now, so like, let's run around and just do everything. So we just came to the conclusion that we weren't gonna, it was literally like the day before Thanksgiving, 2 days ago, Wednesday, the 26th, 28, 27, 26. Yeah, the 26th. I literally just made a last second decision and was like, you know, we're not going to go down to Tennessee this year. We're just going to stay here in Michigan and just have our own Thanksgiving, which actually turned out to be really relaxing yesterday, which as my life gets busier and business is getting busier, I love what I do. So like when I say this phrase, by no means is I'm looking for relaxation. Just lately, I just haven't had a time to just relax, like turn the brain off and relax, which is perfectly, I'm very thankful for that actually. I really am. So yesterday, we kind of just hung out. My wife made her own little dinner, which I like that we didn't do like a Thanksgiving dinner. It's just something different, our own thing, which I liked. And we just laid around, watched movies. What did we watch actually? Dune. If you guys fuck with me and know me, I like stand-up comedy. I really like stand-up comedy. Other than like podcasting and like some movies, because I have like that inner filmmaker in me. So I like watching movies still. Other than those two things, and then sporting events, UFC, Formula One. Those are probably the two sporting events that I keep up with these days. Yeah, other than those things, what I like to like indulge my free time in is, what was I even going with that? It's podcasts, movies, stand-up comedy. That's where it is. See, my brain is all over the place right now. Stand-up comedy. There is a special on Hulu that we watched yesterday. It is fucking hilarious. It is Sebastian Maniscalco or whatever. It's like this Italian guy. All of his specials have been bomb. But the one yesterday he just did, it was like called like What is Rich or Isn't That Rich or something. Just look it up. Sebastian on Hulu. Isn't That Rich? Brand new special came out. Dude, it is funny. Like I watch these stand-up guys because I'm more of like I'm kind of like a loose, I like to be funny, sarcasm. Like he made even a joke. Literally, it's literally me. It's like in 2025, people must have forgotten what sarcasm is. Because every time you go out and you just like interact with random people at like stores, restaurants, gas stations, wherever, and like you throw in a little bit of sarcasm at them, it's like, oh, they grab pearls, like, oh my God. It's just like that. And I always bring sarcasm like everywhere I go just to keep things loose. Like it's life, bro. Like not everything has to be so uptight all the time. You know what I'm saying? But back to the special. It was hilarious. I definitely recommend if anybody's needing a laugh or is interested in stand-up comedy, this special is definitely a good one to watch. As much as I love doing these podcasts virtually, I'd much rather sit down and talk to somebody one-on-one in person. I can look at them, I can feel the energy that they're giving off, and it's just a better vibe. So if you know anybody that would be interested or that would be a good guest for the podcast show, please get us in contact, put us together, or just relay them my information. I would love to sit down and talk to them. And with that, I will continue to do my best to improve my podcasting skills and my interviewing skills to one day bring on bigger guests that you would love to see me collab with. And I hate to say it, but I fell asleep halfway through. I was just tired as heck, but I'm pretty sure I fell asleep laughing. And then we woke up and we finished the rest of the special last night, but it was really good, actually. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. And some specials are like, And just on the topic of stand-up comedy, because I really do enjoy it, Sebastian is at the top. Another good guy I recommend you guys checking out that doesn't get enough credit, it's probably because he's not on social media, is Dave Attell. Dude. I'm pretty sure he has a special out on Netflix. He has one special on Netflix. It's called Hot Cross Buns. Yes, Hot Cross Buns by Dave Attell. Bro, is fucking hilarious. It is literally like comedy is interesting because a lot of people that don't look or seem funny can be hilarious. And there's more than just the words that come out of their mouth, like the body language, the facial expressions. Like Sebastian is really good at the facial expressions, and then the what's the voice one where like they try to act like sound like somebody else. There's like a word for it in the comedy world. Impressions. The impressions are just hilarious. But Dave Attell, his comedy style is kind of like, it's like dark and punchy, right to the punch. Like Sebastian, he'll set up a joke, say it'll be like 5 minute time frame. Within that 5 minutes, he'll probably have like a joke to set it up, a joke in the middle, and then the punchline at the end. So like 3 jokes in 5 minutes. Dave Attell is hitting you. Joke, bop, bop, callback, another one, right hook, uppercut, and then you think you're good, like you're laughing, you just got your breath back, and then all of a sudden, boom, the people's elbow just comes and he just drops it on you, bro. He is hilarious. Go check out Dave Attell. If there's anybody in the stand-up comedy world that I would go see in live in person, would be Dave Attell, because his comedic style is just so, it feels authentic and unscripted. Obviously, I'm sure he practices and irons stuff out, but I've been to some high-end comedy like stand-ups, and like guys that I see on the internet and I watch their specials, I'm like, dude, that is hilarious. And then I go see him, like Mark Norman, for instance. Mark Norman is one of my favorite stand-up comedians. He is. I like his comedy. And his specials are amazing. But I went and saw him in person, and it just felt rehearsed. Like it literally felt rehearsed. Like he was literally just going through the motions. Like he had everything memorized, if that makes sense. I could feel that from him, just like with the timing and everything. It was still funny, but it just didn't feel real. It felt like, oh, this is the 17th time he's done this today kind of vibe. Which in stand-up, I guess you kind of need that, because I'm sure the way these guys' brains work are probably similar like me, is like ADHD is out the wazoo. Whew. But yeah, so that's Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. If you got time to kill, go watch that. Those 2 specials, Dave Attell, Hot Cross Buns on Netflix, and Sebastian Menesanco, Isn't That Rich on Hulu. Is a really great thing. But yes, man, so let me pull up. I had one talking point that I wanted to mention. Oh, yes. If you guys haven't got a chance to listen to the last podcast with Philip Portman, episode 24, this is not a plug. This is not like a pitch to go watch it. I'm just saying this because the amount of takeaways that I got from the 2.5 hours that I got to spend with Phil was like game changing for me. From, what was it, like 2 weeks ago I met him to today, the things that we were talking about, and you know, I like to use this term, success leaves clues. Seeing his level of success and the clues that he was leaving behind, I wasted no time to implement some of those things. And I kid you not, I have already seen progress in the direction that I want to head in by taking some of these Phil Portman keys or takeaways from that episode, and just talking with him. He gave me his book at the end, which I thought was really nice. And it's actually a good book. Like, I like books that are consumable. Like, this book is like this big. Every 2 pages is a new chapter. Like, a chapter is like 2 pages long, which gives me like reading confidence, because I'm probably like that far in and I'm like on chapter 12, and it just feels good to be on chapter 12. So thanks, Phil. I know you didn't do that in the writing, or maybe you did, but like, as somebody that struggles with just finding enjoyment in reading, because I'd rather either listen to the audiobook, or especially with the podcast nowadays, you can pretty much get the summary of a book through listening to the author or the person that write it on a podcast. But this book in particularly, I look forward to reading it every night. And this is a little bit about my reading style. Is I read in the sauna at nighttime. So I'll do like 20 minutes infrared sauna, and I'll just read. And there's 2 things about it. Sometimes like the 20 minutes, depending on like I notice like depending on my hydration levels throughout the day leading up to me getting in the sauna, like I start to get hot. And you know, like when you're in the sauna, you're like, whew, whew. it gets hot. But the good thing about it is when you have a good book in front of you and you're just mowing through pages and you get that feeling of like, oh shit, it's hot, I'm ready to get out of here. The book is so good, you just want to stay in there. So it kind of takes your mind off the uncomfortable environment being in the sauna, and you kind of lock in with the book. So it's been really nice actually. It's pushed me to stay in the sauna longer, as well as just, I feel like I'm not dick riding. I'm not like, this is not a pitch for Philip Portman, but literally making me a better entrepreneur and just a better person in general. So if any of those things interest you, and you know there's a level of success, and by everybody has their own definition of success. Success could be a new job, starting a business, starting fitness. Like me, reading a book. There's so many different things of success. But if you are somebody that is actively looking for things to get you to that level of success faster, or just some takeaways and just some fire fucking information, bro, to be a better person, go check out the Philip Portman episode, because it is really good. And I truly look forward to doing another episode with him again in the future, if time allows. I know he's a busy dude, entrepreneur, investor, family man, a lot of stuff. So honestly, just thinking about it, I was like, dude, I'm appreciative that like these people are willing to take the time out of their lives, their busy schedules, their families. Even me and Phil, we talked about how he just schedules out everything. He even schedules out dinner and family time with his family, which is great. And I remember in the episode, he was telling me about like his scheduling. He's like, yeah, around like 5:30, 6 o'clock, I usually shut everything down. I'm just with my family. And I looked at my watch. I'm like, dude, it's 6:30 right now. 7 o'clock, 6:30, bro. Like, I'm sorry I'm taking time away from your family and everything. And he was totally cool with it. But just thinking about like how grateful I am for these individuals, whether you're a business guy, a friend of mine, a realtor, or just a like, doesn't matter what you do. Just the fact that you take the time out of your day and your life to sit down and talk with me on camera for other people to listen and benefit from. Very appreciative. And we're only getting started. Like, who knows where we're going to be in the future. And I say that because one of my good friends, Ben, comes to mind when I mention those things. So, Ben, go check out the episode, bro. Maybe you can find some takeaways that will benefit you. Because really, really, if you have direct contact with me, either through text, phone, email, DMs, I try my best to get back to everybody. But if you got direct contact with me, you'll know that I'm not the guy that like hides everything behind a paywall. Like, I don't have any courses, I don't have any products that you can pay. That's just information. One of my downfalls, I think, that's not a good thing, is that I do think like that, and I don't think more about the monetization aspect of it. Meaning that like, I'm totally willing and probably should slowly stop doing these things if I want to be successful. But like, I don't know why I have no problem of like helping out people for free. Like, whether it's information or how I would do things, just my ideas, I have no problems helping out for free. So, and you guys have the availability to get direct access to me, especially this early on in the stage of just podcasting and internet in general. It's like, when somebody's at like, let's say for instance, get some tangible numbers here, 76 subscribers. Somebody with 76 subscribers is a lot more reachable and approachable, and the chances of you getting a response back is a lot higher than somebody that has 7,600,000 followers. The chances are you send a DM or an email to a podcast, a influencer, business, whatever it may be, with that amount of following, just realistically speaking, the chances of them getting back to you is probably zero. Just because imagine how flooded their inboxes are. And if you don't have a fire subject line or a hook in the title or something, you're just going to get swept in the rug. So I'm saying all that to say is like, if anybody's listening, and by no means am I at a level of success where I feel like, oh, I should be helping people out, or I know what to do and I can help him and I can, you know what I'm saying? I'm not there yet. But I know that there's people that have interest in things that either are just not afraid to ask or don't think that their questions will get answered. So I'm just throwing this out there. Anybody, hit me up, bro. I'm down to chat, connect, help out in any way I can. And with that, I need to start doing that more myself, actually. Just in the past, I would want to say in the past 2 years, and I'm trying to think about the time frame because I want to be realistic and truthful with you guys. I would say in the past since like 2 years ago, previously before the 2 year mark, I'd never really cared about this, but since the past 2 years, so as I'm going on year 2 now, year 3, I really put more effort and attention into my networking, not even just networking, just relationship building is a way better word than networking. Like networking is like rubbing elbows, like, hey John, oh yeah, you do that and that, so oh yeah, nice, see you around. That's like, I feel like that's networking. Relationship building for me is like taking care of the people that I already currently work with, building that relationship up even more, and then instead of networking, like relationship building. And I really can't like put that into words right now for you. And the only way I can describe it is like, say in networking, you network with 10 people. A year later, you probably have connection and communication with maybe one person out of the 10. Relationship building is like, all right, I know these 5 guys or girls that I've worked with in the past or have some type of relationship already with them. I think it's more beneficial to, instead of going out and networking with 10 strangers, which is good too, you kind of have to do both, really. But depending on what level you're at, it's more important to focus on relationship building and those 5 people that you already have a connection with, to do your best to build those relationships up. So when a year goes by later, instead of like the networking example, you have one guy that you stay in contact with. Now you have 5 people that year later, now you have 5 people that you can have communication and contact with. That's whatever your goals is, could lead to sales, business, referrals, whatever that might be. But I really didn't understand this concept until about 2 years ago. And I've been trying to improve on that on my own. And I want to improve on these things because now that I know the power and the impact that it can have, looking back at my past relationship building skills and experiences, I did not do a good job. Actually, I failed miserably. Like so many, I wouldn't use the word bridges burned, but bridges that you just forget about, you just pay no attention to, and then who knows, 5 years down the road, if that bridge was still in great condition, maybe you can get a free pass over that bridge. Or maybe, and I'm just trying to use more analogies in the bridge, you get a free pass over the bridge. Or maybe you pull up to the bridge one day and there's a sign on the bridge that says, oh, welcome in, Noah. Like you know what I'm saying? You kind of, if I'm fucking being totally wrong, just let me know in the comments. Like, dude, what are you talking about? In my head, it makes sense. Getting it through my monkey brain, through my throat, and out of my saliva-filled mouth is not the same, and I'm aware of that. But yeah, relationship building, it's one thing I've been trying to improve on, and there's a lot of people. Like my Rolodex of contacts in here is honestly, see, I got ADHD. I say something and my brain will get another thought. And my thought now is like, honestly, I hate to say it, but like this thing right here in 2025, this phone right here can literally change your life. This device, it's crazy to like say it on camera because like I'm thinking about like damn, that's actually very true. This device here can change your life. And I almost guarantee that there's a list of phone numbers in your contacts that if you were better at relationship building, you could probably call some of those numbers and potentially change your life or propel you forward in the direction that you want to go in through the phone number. If we all practiced and did better on our relationship building, I think it wouldn't be a bad thing for anybody, honestly. And that's just one of like the many different things that I've been working on personally with my own self-growth. And of course, the people that are around me, because like, again, I'm all over the place, but like the people that are around me, I try to not instill that into them, but just kind of lead by example. So like maybe they'll pick up on it and they'll like ask questions like, oh, why do you do this and this and this and this? It's like, oh, because I want to better my relationship building skills. And yeah, I just think everybody can really benefit from that. As much as I love doing these podcasts virtually, I much rather sit down and talk to somebody one-on-one in person. I can look at them, I can feel the energy that they're giving off, and it's just a better vibe. So if you know anybody that would be interested or that would be a good guest for the podcast show, please get us in contact, put us together, or just relay them my information. I would love to sit down and talk to them. And with that, I will continue to do my best to improve my podcasting skills and my interviewing skills to one day bring on bigger guests that you would love to see me collab with. I keep on getting these Black Friday emails, man. And they're not like, I don't subscribe to like Target and like consumer goods stores. These aren't consumer goods emails, like products, like, oh, the new shoes are on sale. Like my inbox, I unsubscribe to all of those because those are literally just a waste of time, money, and attention. I don't want any of those emails hitting my box. But the ones I do appreciate are these Black Friday sales on software and like different tools that I use for my business. And some of them are pretty good deals, actually. Too bad there's not a Black Friday sale on the stock market. But yeah, Black Friday, I wonder what you guys are buying. Are you the consumer or are you the producer? I think there's two types of people in this world. The people that buy the products and the people that make the products. And it's kind of like a mindset reshift that you have to go through to train your brain, which I've been training my brain for a long time now to think like this, like 3 years. Thanks to the people that I've been listening to and my mentors and my online mentors. They've helped me retrain my brain to not be a consumer, but to be a producer. And it might sound easy, but it's actually very tough because there's so much stuff. Like literally, like even everything on my desk right here, computer, keyboard, mouse, phone, water bottle, paper. Like somebody made all this shit. Somebody made it, and I clearly bought it. But there's so many things that can like weigh you down with the thought of like wanting to have and wanting to buy. And once you get rid of those thoughts, dude, it's literally a game-changing thing in life. Like I literally can go to any store. I haven't even been to a mall. Well, I went to the mall a few weeks ago to get my eyebrows done, but I didn't go to any stores. I can literally, and this might sound like normal for some people, which is good. You're on the right path. I can literally go to any store, gas station, whatever, walk in and out without buying anything. And I know that sounds like stupid, but like even if it's something that I want, like I will never say no to new shoes or new camera gear or new tech, new lights, new computer. I'll never say no. And I can always need those things. But when you just retrain your brain to like understand like, If I buy that thing and it doesn't give me a return or help me, and this is just my thought, if it doesn't like help me make money, if it doesn't retain money, or if I just like, if it's just stuff, I just train my brain to not even look at it, bro. And it sounds kind of boring. My wife probably thinks I'm like, as I get closer to success, me and my life get more boring, 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 boring. It's like I can see how that can make sense actually. Like super exciting, you know, adrenaline, dopamine, all kinds of things going on. Your business and success can kind of be down here. Because that was the life I was living when I was in Colorado. Every day was like a thrill, adventure. What are we gonna do? Living, just doing whatever I wanted. Was great life, but like my future and my success were down here. And now that I'm slowly going toward putting more effort into like my career, this is going up. I see this adventure, everything is starting to go down. And that's just an example that I use for myself. Like I used to be the party guy, bars, hanging out, like, yo, what are we doing tonight, bro? Like tonight's Friday night. I cannot wait to get back home and be home tonight. But I used to be the opposite. Friday night, I'm like, fuck, bro, we gotta go out somewhere. We gotta do something. And now it's literally the complete opposite. I am so thankful. And I love just being able to be at home and to just work and keep moving towards the direction that I want to move in. And that's probably why it feels okay for me, because I know like sacrificing all those things that people are out doing, I've already done 3 times over. That like what I'm doing now is like, at least I'm walking in the right direction to where I want to be in 10, 15 years. And that makes me feel good. So even if I'm not even like working at home, just being at home and not out running, doing anything else that doesn't bring me towards success makes me feel good. I could literally be here doing nothing, but I believe that doing nothing and just being here, I'm not moving any forward, is better than being out going crazy and moving backwards. I'd rather do nothing than to be backwards. If that makes sense. And that's kind of like a weird thing. Because I turn down everything. Mostly a lot of the things that I turn down are time, waste of time anyways. Like rarely do I get presented with like an opportunity to do something that I'm like really want to enjoy to do or like want to go do. Like the other day, I went rock climbing. Like that's like a thing that like you can get me out of the office to go rock climbing. But like getting me out of the office to go I don't even have any examples because I just haven't got hit with any of them lately, which is good. After you say no to things over a consistent amount of time, people just give up asking. So it makes your job easier. But I would say the last thing was like, oh, going over to somebody's house to watch a football game. I don't even watch football myself, bro. Why am I going to go? Why would I go waste 2.5 hours watching football that I don't even watch myself? Or football doesn't bring me any money or make me move closer to my level of success that I want to get to. So I'd rather not go and watch football, and I'd rather stay at home and either mess around working on stuff or not doing anything, because I know not doing anything for me mentally is better than going out wasting my time doing nothing as well. It's kind of a weird thing. But I feel like those have been some of the few positive changes that I've been making in my life. And again, I guess the topic of this podcast is like success leaves clues. And you guys just got to find somebody that's at the level of success that you want to be at and be fucking relentless on not taking any information from people that aren't where you want to be at, not adapting to the lifestyle choices that other people are doing that are not where you want to be at, their habits, even like their consumption habits, like the things they buy. You notice this. If you take a second to think about some people that you know, think about it. Who do they all hang out with? A lot of these people are all influenced by each other, buying the same stuff, living the same kind of way, talking the same, using some of the same slang and stuff. Like, and if those people aren't the people that you truly want to be like in your future, I would say that I have seen positive impact by just taking myself out of the equation, out of that relationship. So the part two of the relationship building is relationship. What's a good word for like leaving a relationship? Relationship building and relationship execution, or not execution. Is that execution where like they chop somebody's head off? Execution. Because when I hear the word execution, it's either they cut their head off or it's like you executed that very well. Like you saw the system, you applied the system, very great. You implemented. Execution. Anyways, you either got to build up a relationship or you just got to cut relationships off. I'm speaking out of personal. This is just in my own opinion. Keep that in mind. So, I'm trying to think. That's pretty much all I really have to rant about right now. My head is all over the place just with life, business. Next week, I'm going to Amsterdam, baby. Oh. Well, I'm going to a few places. I'm going to Amsterdam. I'm flying into Amsterdam just because it's cheaper, but like my main journey is going to be in Germany, which I'm super excited about. I was born in Germany for one, so like going back to my birthplace, because I really don't remember. I was so young when we moved back to America that I don't remember Germany at all. But supposedly my babysitter is still there in Germany, so if I could go see her, that would be cool. And then yeah, just being in a different country, meeting my new employee, and then I have a client that's meeting us in Amsterdam, so we're gonna do some fitness content in Amsterdam. I'm gonna try to record some podcasts in Amsterdam too, so you don't get like just the American vibes in here, give you some of that European culture. And I'm a little nervous because of the flight. I have a Delta flight, just business class, no first class this time. And it's the longest flight that I can remember taking, which is 8 hours. 8 hours in a business class seat. I'm like 6'2". I am not looking forward to that. I'm actually like really am dreading that, because I remember my last flight to, where did we fly to recently? I think it was Florida. Yeah, I flew to Florida my last flight to Florida a few weeks ago. And it was like a hour and a half flight, bro. And I'm freaking my knees. Like I was so uncomfortable. You ever been like sitting in a position or for a period of time where you literally feel so uncomfortable that like it's starting to ache and hurt your body, and the only thing to do is just like to move? That was happening to me on an hour and a half flight. I can't imagine what an 8-9 hour flight is gonna feel like in a business class seat. I'm gonna be that guy that's like in the bathroom every 30 minutes, just stretching legs, walking. You know, sometimes on a flight, like you can like stand up in the aisle. I think that's gonna be me for the most of the part. But other than that, I'm super excited to go abroad. I really am. It's like, who said this? I forgot what entrepreneur said this or articulated in a way where it made sense for me. I think it was like either Tony Robbins or somebody. I don't know, some high up guy, but they were saying like humans need some type or some level of uncertainty, meaning like they don't know exactly what's gonna go on, or everything's not on their calendar and the day by day, like, oh, this hour is this hour, this hour. It's so detailed, you know? It's like, I think that's not good for like growth in your mental, you know what I'm saying? Like your mental to get in the fucking minutia of it, it's like your hippocampus is up here. This is like the thing that gives you like new ideas, and like when you get older, you want to try to retain some of your hippocampus because you don't want to go downhill faster. And your hippocampus is the one that gives you like new ideas and retains information. If you don't use that information in like the first 7 minutes of getting it, you like lose brain power or something. It's super weird. Look up Andrew Huberman podcast and listen to some of his stuff on like neuro brain stuff. Super nerdy. Anyways, having a level of uncertainty, risk, or adventure is actually very good for your brain. And I feel like just being here in the Midwest, you don't really get that. Like, and I could be wrong, just I guess with what I'm involved in my current environment, there's really like no uncertainty that comes to me outside of me creating my own uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? Which I would love a little bit of like, you know, like somebody in your backyard. You're not supposed to be in your backyard. I would love to, like, for my camera. I guess that's a little bit too close to the way where I sleep in my family and stuff. But just like some type of uncertainty, you know, like I show up to a content day, and like my batteries are dead. It's like, oh shit, I gotta figure something out. This is some type of like everything, like it's not going as planned. And it gives you the opportunity to figure it out. Those moments are good for everybody's brain, but for me specifically, I need more of those moments in my life. I think because I like problem solving and I like figuring things out, and I like to be put in situations of stress or chaos and to like test myself to see how calmly and controlled can I handle these situations. And these are all new things that I've been practicing over the last few years, but like any situation that now presents to me, people, even I see it, like it kind of takes back, and I can kind of see where like they can give off the vibe of like, oh, Noah doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care. Just because I'm not freaking out and like life is over doesn't mean I don't care. I've been through so many different hard times in my life that when a lot of these situations come up that people have not experienced, like real fucking hard times, they just crumble. And I can see how they can look at somebody over here that is smiling in the chaos and to say like, oh, they don't even care, which is not true. I just have been training myself to handle things differently. And there's a really good online guy. His name is Naval Ravikant. Literally, like, if there's one person that I would recommend you guys to consume content from is Naval. Naval Ravikant. Ravikant. Naval Ravikant. He is an entrepreneur. And he's just one of those guys. He's like the modern day like Gandhi for me. Everything he comes out of his mouth is just so like not philosophical, but it's just fire information to have. And he's been somebody that I've been consuming content with and taking those things. I think one of my superpowers is like if I see some success, see some clue or something, I can implement that into my life immediately. I don't need to like, oh, let's wait till the New Year's and do it, or like, I'm gonna see how this is first. Like I can just implement it immediately. Like when I saw a podcast talking about the dangers and the negative effects of sugar, bruh, I stopped consuming like additive sugars. Like sometimes you can't get around it, but literally I quit it that night. So check out Naval. Today's Friday, November 28th. I gotta go to my wife's family for Thanksgiving now. I just got the text message saying that we're actually late because I really wanted to do this Solocast and get this out there because it means a lot to me. And just seeing that people watch these videos and maybe one person changes their life or starts moving towards that level of success will just make me, selfishly, will just make me feel really good. And if anybody has problems like making themselves feel good, being happy, grateful, or just feeling good about yourself, the easiest thing you can do is to help somebody else. I don't know why, something's up with the brain, but when you help somebody else, benefit them, help them in any way it is, you feel so good about yourself. And yes, that is kind of selfish, but I've been doing these things more often because I remember there's somebody said like, you can't help other people unless you help yourself first, which is totally true. But that's like at a different level. I'm at a level now where I can definitely help somebody, whether it's giving them a ride to the store, just little things. Help somebody else out today. Let that be the theme of this Thanksgiving season. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Peace. And seriously, thank you guys so much for the love and the support of not only just a podcast, but my creative career, is, if you want to call it that. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hear all the time people are, where's the podcast? Where's the YouTubes? And just know I do appreciate it. And it means a lot. So thank you guys all for watching my videos. And we'll see you in the next episode.